it's really great engaging with you and seeing the interest in the program continue to grow, and have wonderful people on this call to just talk about the great community. Sitting here and seeing the testimonials of the students and the other artists and Zuli and the other people that have sort of been a part of this journey for me has been quite amazing, especially when different parts of that journey, such as Maggie and Deja, sort of meet up with people from other parts of the TFA family. And it really is that connection from Miami to Maryland to Connecticut, right there shows you that when it comes to putting people together, bringing people together, that's the core value of TFA. So I can talk about a little bit about how TFA came about in my experience as a creative person and a person that sort of went through the traditional route of thinking, okay, I have to get a job, a regular job to help support my family, support myself, and be that first person to go to college in my family, be that first person to sort of have certain opportunities. And I really appreciated all the sacrifices that were made so that I could have um, a whole lot of first on behalf of my family and my people. And yet I still have my own passion and my own desire, because once you provide uh, education and open up someone's mind to what is possible, you just don't know where that's going to take that person. So a lot of people I know come from different backgrounds where they have that tension as well, and they have the expectations of the family or their environment, positive or negative, that they either can live up to or live down to. So I know that pressure, and I've always been very sort of empathetic about how people that are creative fight through the challenges of society that doesn't necessarily support but extracts from that group. Um, and I just thought, okay, that is just not only is it unfair, it's harmful. It's a violent to it, because if you think about creativity and how it bursts from all of us, from children on up, to suppress it, to stifle it, to marginalize it, to say that it's not worth anything or valuable is violent to me when you think about it. And the same way we think about all of the scientists and the doctors and the lawyers and the great intellectuals that because of systemic injustice will never be. It's the same with art. It's the exact same with art. All the great art that's yet that is struggling to get out, but because of systemic barriers to access the art industry or mythologies around who is supposed to be considered a good artist, they don't get the chance, and they don't even get the chance to learn, because everyone needs to learn. Everyone needs to learn and continue to learn all the way up in your career. So I started showing artists after going to law school, after working in the legal field, after representing clients and big corporations, after being working at MTV and seeing production. Basically, all full 360 degrees of the art and creative business and industry. Close with artists, but also behind the scenes. And there's a lot of careers behind the scenes that, again, a lot of people don't get the chance to experience, because that's not something that anyone is going to encourage you to do if that's not your background, or if you don't have the support to pretty much guarantee that you're going to make it. So in 2009, I started showing artists But in 2014, we started, I'm sorry, 2011, we actually started the Fearless Artist. So it's going to be the 10th anniversary of the Fearless Artist, and helping artists with their um, mission, helping them with their business development, helping them get their art seen, shared, and sold by teaching them how to communicate their story and how to find people that story will resonate to them in the many psychological subliminal ways that you do through marketing, through business development, through putting yourself out there, through reminding people who you are and what you're about, and giving them those tools to represent you. Because at the end of the day, if you show up as professional, if you show up as committed, if you show up as prepared, the people around you that may be giving you resistance will slowly either A, give you less resistance because they see that you're willing to put in the sacrifice, or B, you'll prove them wrong and it won't matter anyway. So I will say that. Um, I wanted to give just a few little tips that I thought, okay, what is something that I could say to you that may actually you can go out and execute? Because a lot of artists and young creatives are not even young, but creative spirit people, um, still sort of struggle with figuring out what are the steps that I need to take. How can I create some energy and some momentum about my career? I'm a big person that cares about planning. And planning to me is one of the essential things you have to think about, like having a vision and sitting with that vision, not rushing the process, because the vision is just as important as that end result. Spending a lot of time resting in that vision of yourself, executing that thing that you want to do, um, is a key part of my process, as we say, ideation. Um, what are all the ways that that vision kind of sparks new ways of lines of inquiry? So I would say to you that having a vision of where you want to be in the future, and I know being young is hard to even imagine, but 5 years from now, where do you want to be? Think about it. 5 years from now, you'll be X years old, and what? What have you done? What relationships have you made? What have you tried? How many shows have you done? Like just some dreams. What collaborations do you have? What brands are you affiliated with? How have you grown your social media bit by bit by bit by bit? What is your mailing list? What skills have you developed that you can now monetize around your art? Did you take that class in Adobe Photoshop? Did you take that class in framing? Did you take that class in photography or any of these things that you thought you had that interest in, but you weren't quite sure? So in 5 years, you could get a degree. In 5 years, you can learn a language. In 5 years, so maybe put some of those goals into some bullets. Then do a year, because a year will be next June. What can you do from now to next June? How many can you run a marathon? Can you do a 5K? Can start volunteering with some group that really is you're passionate about? Can you enhance in 90 days some technique? Just that much. And 1 month, finally. What can you do in a month? How much money can you save? How many friends can you call, reach out to? How much water can you drink? Little things like this. How can you get on a sleep routine? Can you take vitamins? I don't know. what is one change that you can make in a month? One habit that you could do. 20 push-ups, I don't know. Something. But start getting in the habit of setting goals and being super honest with yourself, because like what I don't want to sort of say to people is that this is going to be an easy thing. I really like a safe space, yes, but what is needed is going to be some self reflection, is going to be some research, is going to be some outreach. So these are the things that push a lot of people past their comfort zone, all of those types of things. Um, I'm going to say, think about making a list of at least 5 people that you think can help you. Who are 5 people that you think can help you? If you go through periods of time in your life where you had a job, or you went to a school, or you were a part of some community organization, there are people that stick out in your mind as some of your favorite people from those different experiences. What are they doing? How good are you at keeping track with people that actually like you and want to kind of keep in touch with what you have going on? Because a lot of the people that you're going to need for this process are not only artists, they're from other walks of life, other businesses. They're going on to be dentists or whatever, real estate agents or other careers that when they grow up to be people. So those are going to be some of the people that you say, hey, I'm having an art show. Hey, do you want a commission of your dog for your, mom's birthday? Like, these are the people that are in your neck of the woods that you can convert to one of your fans, convert to one of your customers. So 5 people that you haven't touched base with in a while, maybe you can messenger them on Facebook or Insta. Okay. What do you know that you can do? This is something that a lot of creative people have to know, because in between things are not always flowing. What can you do that keeps you in that creative headspace and doesn't freak you out about the future? Are you going to have to start in a whole new field that you're not passionate about? So start thinking about things that you can do. Are you decent at writing? Could you be a copywriter? Are you decent at Photoshop or graphic design or things like that? Could you learn? Once again, there's all the materials are out there. Could you learn and figure out what you can learn based on things that you know how to do? Um, Tutoring, just ways to make money, but staying in service mode, staying in networking mode, um, and being around the people that you may want to work with or get some opportunities with at some point. What do you need to learn? I've touched upon this. What do you need to learn? What skills do you need to enhance that you think could make you more competitive? And how long will that take you? And figure out if that's an investment you want to make. Don't be afraid to make investments. If you're going to be out here sort of piecemealing it and trying to figure it out on your own, then you will have to look at a lifelong plan to take courses in this or that. If you're not doing it to get a degree and under an organized body that they do the thinking for you of what you should be studying, and they don't really tell you how to work or be a business person, but they do, give you some structure. Then you're gonna have to structure it for yourself and learn, hey, Google what jobs you might like and what are those credentials? What are those job descriptions asking for? If not, figure out if you can learn. Figure out if there's some free software. You can even go on Fiverr and get tutorials from people on different skills for very inexpensively. You can do it. So, um, finally, what are you willing to do? I'm just gonna give this last thing, and then I'm gonna let you go. I just want you guys to think. Uh, the Fearless Artist has been a lot of work, and a lot of people have come through and benefit from just the environment, the learning, but also from helping the person next to them, um, helping the person next to them install the art, helping the person when that person's not there, say, hey, somebody's interested in your art, and speaking about the art and encouraging someone to buy the person's next to their art. That's the type of environment that you really can't get anywhere else. I think it's easier to talk about what the Fearless Artist is not. We're not a space where art and the curator and the gallery are up here and everyone else is down here. We're not a gallery where you can't talk and it's silent and it's this environment of oppression where you feel uncomfortable. It's not a place where the artist is secondary and whatever the gallery cares about is primary. But it's also not a place where another artist is better or more important, or just because they are older or more commercially viable. It's a place where someone can literally be next to a Danny Simmons and or someone like that, and be starting out and getting their first sale, their first clientele. So it's a really quite a magical place that I've seen so many young people and also people from many phases of their career who just want and deserve a chance to connect and be seen. So that is pretty much all that I have. I highly encourage you to just apply and take the chance on yourself. If you are not able to physically be at any of the in-person events, we will have digital opportunities for you guys to create, for you guys to curate, for you guys to participate and learn. Because that's the world we're living in right now. So we are definitely have adapted to all of these things. And yet we are across the world in terms of artists and curators, young curators, students, and all of our resources will be at your disposal to help you along in your journey. So I thank you so much for your time tonight and for making me have a purpose every day for what I do and love it so much with the passion that I do. If there's anything that myself and my team can do to help answer your questions or show you more about what we do and what we can do for you, please let us know. Please. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for coming back. And it's nice that you came also on the 11th, and I hope that you can join us. Such a pleasure. Thank you.